Hello, pastors, bishops, apostles, leaders in the kingdom of God. My name is Talithia Barrett, and I am here today to speak to you as a prophetess. I am also here to give a solution to a problem. But first, I want to make you aware of a major catastrophe that is upon us now. Right now, our children are in need of ministries that are dedicated to them when it comes to teaching. There is a onslaught of um, the need of teaching our children right now. Teaching is one of the fivefold ministries, and I believe God did not make a mistake when He made it well known that teaching is a part of what we're called to do. It is sad that I have to tell you that there is a report that has been put together by a well, qualified newspaper. It states that many children throughout America, no matter their race, are unable to qualify um, to gain entry into college. They're not college ready. And why that is because they're unable to pass the ACT test. That test gets them uh, uh, a door open to colleges and universities. They don't pass the test, they cannot gain entry into colleges and universities. And let's say they somehow get past that and they do get into colleges. The problem is now they're still unprepared and there may be high dropout rates in college because they simply cannot keep up. As a prophet, I'm here to tell you of the alarming rate of African American children that are being failed in many instances within our public school system. We have children that are being harassed with this prison to pipeline system, which suspends them or consistently disciplines them unnecessarily so. Um, that conditions them to eventually be prepared to go to prison. So we all have heard about that. We've heard about, the high suspension rates. We've heard about, um, uh, you know, the fact that they're not being properly educated and some of them can't read at all at their level. They've been passed and everyone knows they have not um, been made proficient at the grade that they've been passed from. So we all are aware that our children are failing. One of the biggest things that I want to make sure that you understand and can clearly hear is 89% of our African American children in America, they are unable to pass the ACT test to gain entry into colleges and university. That means if they cannot get a college education, they are going to be locked into an income of less than 36% on average, period, no matter how many children they have. Um, many of them will be locked into less than $14,000 a year. So many will be at 14,000 or less, and many will be at 36,000 or less a year. And as we know, you cannot raise a family on that type of income. So I'm here again giving you that information to let you know that God also has a solution. And that solution is one of our fivefold ministries that has already been given to us to practice. And that is the practice of our faith with teaching. We have to teach our own children because the school system is failing them in many ways. First of all, you should also know that the school system has allowed your children to learn Greek mythology, Roman mythology, and naturalism. Naturalism is um, uh, um, something similar to believing in the trees and the water and things of that nature. So they believe trees are gods and the winds are gods, and so they worship those things. That information is readily being given to your children under the understanding that they should be exposed to other faiths. And I agree. They should be exposed to other faiths. The problem is that they teach them extensively in many cases about the names of those gods and how those gods function and how to even pray to some of those gods. Um, and the problem is they don't teach about Jesus, Jehovah, the apostles, how to pray to those gods, that God, and how to demonstrate the life of the apostles. I guess I wouldn't have that much of a problem if they did teach all faiths, but for some reason they leave out the faith that concerns Jesus, Jehovah, and the teachings of the prophets and the apostles. So um, that's a problem. And we know in the church that what you allow into your mind can transform you. It can transform your thoughts and it can transform you as an individual. We have to understand that God says we're not even supposed to be exposed to that type of teaching. Um, that's in the Bible. And we are supposed to raise up a child in which he should go. And one of the things we should do is teach him of our God and our history. So um, that is something that must be done so that we can give our children the faith in our God. We can give that to them. They spend most of their day in the school system. Let's get past that and let's get into the solution. Um, the solution to the bullying, the loss of moral fiber in the school, the solution to the harassment of our girls or just African American children is to create non-public religious private schools. I understand this that many churches have them, but we need to create them out of the privacy of our own private home. We need to create a network of schools that can share resources, share curriculum, and share support for our children and for also the teachers. I'm asking that you help me create this such network. I'm asking because this is what I feel God has commissioned me to do. I homeschool my children. My 12-year-old daughter is presently studying the ACT test. She's doing ACT prep books right now. By the time she's 13 or 14 years old, my daughter will be able to take that test and possibly gain entry into a college at 12, at 13 and 14 years old. If my children can do that, that means we have the ability to reverse all those years of not educating our children in as little as 1 to 5 years. And we should be willing to teach out of the privacy of our home 5, 10, 15 children, and we should create a network of many homes, hundreds of homes in a city, if or in a county, that we all are uh, locked in sisterhood or brotherhood, and we all come together to create a learning environment for our children, again, through connecting us with resources, curriculum, and support systems for the teachers as to how to get up and start it, how to run it properly, access to curriculum that is extremely expensive, and also access to other students um, um, for other activities. But this is all done under the pretense that we are of a kingdom mindset. And so there are problems to this process, I must tell you. The federal level respects our ability to teach because it is a part of our First Amendment right. Many states respect our First Amendment right to teach as well. What we run into, and I'm here to tell you because this is my personal battle right now, we run into local government who put up ordinances that actually make you pay. For instance, for myself, I have to pay a $400 application fee to talk to people, to ask them permission to teach children. Um, the state says, and it's almost equivalent, you can look at it as a after school care or child care, that what they should only look for is a safe place for the children to be in. That's all. But one of the ways to hinder ministries from moving forward is hefty application fees and also forcing you to go through an approval process when the laws say in many instances that a faith based religious organization does not need to register or be approved by man because it's not supposed to be regulated by man but God and God alone. So I'm um, so those can be some obstacles, but I'm also here to tell you when those obstacles come up, they can be fought. And we need to come together as a body and demonstrate our right to educate our children and not let them have a monopoly on our children that we can see is gets the grade of an F. An F. All children, no matter the race, 60% cannot pass an ACT. If you want to include all the races throughout America, 60% cannot pass the ACT test. That's a D or an F. I think it's 59%. That's a D or an F in that grade. How can we trust the future of our generations to such a failing system? So, if you want to be a part of building up the kingdom, we're going to need to take action. And that action is building up our own network of um, schools and resources and curriculum and support systems. So I'm asking you for your support to help me bring to pass an online network that can be built and uh, allowed to be registered schools and also share curriculum and resources. Um, Thank you very much for your time. I hope this has reached you, and I pray that you take action based on me speaking as a prophet to you, where it is concerning the future of our generations and also the solution that God has given, because He does not only give us warning, He also gives us solution. And the solution is non-public private religious schools created in the privacy of our home with the network to give resources, curriculum, and support to those who are called to this type of ministry. God bless you.